a lot of us will hire landscapers this time of year to just kind of clean up our yards, tackle some of those big projects, right? Maybe weeds you just can't get to. But here's the thing. Scammers are going door to door, offering quick work. They'll take payment up front, and then it leaves homeowners, in a bind, right? Little to show for it. And so this morning, you see, we've got Better Business Bureau's Joe Ducey, the experts here on stopping these scams. He's here to tell us more on those red flags, really, that are out there with these scammers. This is scary because, really, a lot of people don't even go door to door anymore.
Right.
But somebody comes and you think, well, yeah, I've been meaning to get to that to-do list. But some things are red flags.
It can be a problem. Now, there's been a problem with hiring contractors for a while, landscapers included, where if they want upfront money, they want a lot of upfront money. These are the bad ones. There's some good ones. These are the bad ones. Want all this money up front, and then they leave. So if you're paying 50% and they're gone, you're paying them a few $1,000s, and they just take off because you haven't done the research on them. This is a little turn on that. Let me read you one thing that actually happened here. Scam Tracker shows a woman hired a door-to-door landscaper, so they are going door-to-door, charging $15 per bag. That's per bag of the debris apparently they're going to put in the yard. They said, it's going to take 20 bags. So the woman didn't get a estimate. She said, okay. When done, the scammer claimed they used more than 300 bags and charged $4,750. So she thinks she's going to pay like, $300, $400. She's going to do it. She's paying $4,700. Other complaints, people paying $3,600, $4,200, $5,000, all for the same bag scam, basically. So the bags are small. You don't get to see the bag, right?
They're like the doggy bag.
Right, and they're going to tell you that it's like just a few bags is all you need. So the problem is that that's BS.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just, you need to get, let's go over some of the things you need to do first of all.
Okay.
Check reviews online and for accredited landscapers at bbb.org. Projects costing $1,000 or more require a contractor's license. So you need to check with the Register of Contractors here to make sure they have a license. If they do less than that, because some landscapers could charge less than that, then they don't need to be licensed. Demand a written estimate. I mean, that's the key. You don't hear somebody saying it's going to cost about $300. No, you don't want to hear that.
No.
You want it written down in a contract with their name, with their ROC license, whatever it is right there, right? So check reviews and ratings, verify the license for jobs, demand a written estimate, and as I always say, pay with a credit card because that's the key. If you pay with cash, man, it's gone. You pay with a Cash App, you're not going to see it again.
Never again. Right. I mean, it's really hard to get the banks to kind of stop those transactions or give you the money back. And now I've noticed when you're using some of those, they ask you multiple times, are you sure you want to send
Which is good, they do that.
Yes, so you get a pause, but you might be thinking, okay, I got to hurry, I got other things to do. And if you're in a tight bind, you'll just send it without, thinking twice, and then that money's gone. So you're so right.
The other thing about door-to-door sales, I say never do it. Never make that decision on the spot when somebody comes in. Plus, I'm not answering my door. All right, I'm going to go through the door maybe and say, especially if I'm alone, it's like, what do you want? Just leave the information there. Give me the information, then I can look it up later. Then you want to make an informed decision, as you were saying. You don't want to just hire these people on the spot because you have no idea who they are. So if they're coming around saying they're going to charge by bag, no,
and that's why it's so effective, right? I mean, because when they go door to door, they say, we'll do it right now. We'll take care of it. You don't even get a second to just say, let me look you up. Let me see everything.
It's like the roofer with the truck. Well, I was just doing the one down here and I got some extra stuff on it, and they still do that, And it's like, I'll put it on there, and then you go on the roof and they didn't do anything. So you paid them all that money and it's gone. So the key always is, to me, doing your research before, because after you're probably going to lose your money. In a lot of cases, there's a little chance you're going to get it back.
Right, there's very little recourse. And I do want to just clarify that some people, sometimes when they're going door to door, some of them can be legit, some of them can't. They're not all out there to scam you. But unfortunately, the ones who know how to put you in a bind, how to make you decide very quickly, and then you're not getting that money back.
I always say you want to know more about them than they know about you. They know your address, that's more than you know about them.
Oh, very true. Yes, very true. And so what would be, I guess, your biggest advice when you want to hire a reputable company? Where do we need to go?
Well, first of all, I check family and friends. I always go for referrals first of all. Then I would look online. I'd look for reviews there with 3 of the companies, and I'd get 3 estimates, and I would get written estimates. And it's a lot. People aren't going to do this in many cases, They're going to say, yeah, that sounds great, but I'm busy and I can't do that. Really, that's what you need to do, because it's after that you end up in trouble where you say, man, I mean, we get so many complaints from people who say, I wish I had done this earlier because when I looked them up, they had blah, 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 blah.
All the
blah,
red
blah,
flags
blah,
were
right.
there.
And you could do that. You know, I work with the BB, but BB.org is a great place to go for reviews. It's a great place to look for trusted businesses like landscapers because they do some vetting for you. But that's just part of the homework.
Yeah.
You also have to go and make sure that they're licensed because they need to be $1,000 or more.
Sure.
And then do all the other things that we talked about. And that's, Joe Knows Better. Follow us on YouTube, and there's joeknowsbetter.com, and you can learn about all the scams and not lose a penny.
Yes, that's the whole goal, right? And that's why we have the expert Joe in here, back practically every month to just try and make sure we do not get scammed. Okay, we're out of time, but quickly, if we do get scammed, where do we need to go and report?
I would go to the Attorney General's office. That's a place I would go, and then you can also go to scamtracker@bbb.org.
Okay, Joe, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.